My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
And we're coming to you live coast to coast.
Coast to coast, yeah. International. We've gone international.
Yes, well, that's right. Yes, I'm sitting in my apartment with my dog in Germany.
How's the weather? Is it cold as fuck?
It's cold. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's weird because the weather it'll be like 51 degrees, and then I'll walk outside. I'm like, God, this is the coldest fucking 51 degrees I've ever felt in my life.
Is it windy? I feel like that's sometimes makes it way colder.
Yeah. Well, the place where I live is close to there's like a main river that comes through called the Elbe, and I'm close to the Elbe, and I get a lot of wind. It's a great neighborhood though, so I super love where I'm at. Oh my God, I have so many, I feel like a lot happened in 1 week.
Well, tell us.
Yeah,
everybody
seriously.
wants to know. We're all curious. This is our first time seeing you since
I
you
know.
moved. Like seeing your face.
It's still here. I still have a face. So that's good. It's okay. So some of the things that I noticed right away, and I don't know if I texted you guys this, but I was like, and I don't know if it's just like maybe my workplace, but I'm like, everybody smokes and everyone is vegan or vegetarian.
Interesting combination.
Well, also,
interesting
I didn't think
combination.
that there'd be a ton of vegans or vegetarians in Germany. When I think of Germany, I think of
I didn't
sausage.
either. I didn't either. I guess I didn't really think about it at all. But where I am in Hamburg, it is a lot of vegetarian, a lot of vegan, cuisine, restaurants
Well, that's
and everything.
awesome.
And it's really easy to find, at all the restaurants that I've been to, which is not a ton, but all the restaurants, everywhere I go, there's a lot of options if you're vegetarian. So Keegan, you're going to love it.
Amazing. Can't wait.
I'm going to be truthful, I've actually only had meat one time this week.
And that's incredible. That's
Just
awesome.
because it's been easier to find vegetarian options than it has been.
The cigarette
to
thing
do.
in Europe is so interesting to me because I feel like it's almost I know a lot of smokers personally,
Yeah.
but I feel like smoking is almost weirdly taboo in the US these days.
Yes,
Very
much.
Whereas in Europe, I guess it's not. And I'm always thrown by that people, I mean, I think you can still smoke inside in Paris, can't you?
I think there are some places in certain areas that you can still smoke inside. And I think that somebody told me that here there are certain places that you can. I don't
wow.
recall. Maybe I misunderstood, but I was like, that is really shocking. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people smoke. I guess I also, like you guys, I'm like, it's such a taboo that even when you do smoke in LA, Jesus, it's practically you have to go.
I mean, you have to go
down
certain
13
places.
blocks into a small cubby hole and
Exactly.
with the rats.
They're like, yeah, exactly. Enjoy this dark, damp alley. That's for you guys. Have fun in there.
Trash.
Exactly. Enjoy your trash cigarette, you trash. Yeah, not like that here. And then, yeah, I was surprised about the vegan thing. I will tell you the hardest thing for me so far is just the time change. Literally the jet lag this week has been brutal. But I think I'm starting to finally settle into the time zone a little bit better, slowly but surely. I'm trying not to go to sleep by 7 p.m. every night. That's been
And then
struggle.
wake up at 4.
Yep.
Yes, exactly
key.
that.
You got to
my
push
gosh.
through.
It's so hard though. And then at 4, it's not like I'm just oh, I rolled over and I'm a little awake. No, I'm fucking full on ready to tackle the day awake at 4. Can't. Okay, guess I'm doing homework at 4 a.m. now. Which, yeah, so that's very wild. But I will tell you this: there are things that I cannot believe that we don't absolutely all have in the States. One of those.
Healthcare?
That too. Okay. There's a few things.
Okay.
Ones that I'm participating in currently, though, is having heated towel racks in my bathroom, which are basically
Heated
like your
towel
bathroom.
racks?
Girl, they're like,
That sounds fucking luxurious.
it's delightful. It's ridiculous. So they're like it looks like a little ladder. It's the best way to explain it. And you hang your towels over it, but it also heats the room. I have one inside of my shower, which is ridiculous because then it's like so cozy and warm. So like once you turn the water off, you're just still warm, and then you take the warm towel off the warm rack and
there
warm
are
shower.
few things that I enjoy more than being warm.
Yeah.
Like being warm is like one of my favorite things. Like I really feel like a lizard. Like I just want to like lay on like, you know, a hot rock all the time. Like that's kind of like how I feel about
like
most
a lizard.
So for me, that sounds perfect. I will avoid, I've taken baths until the water starts to get cold and then like drained it and refilled it with hot water because I don't want to get out of the bath because I don't want to be cold. But if I had a heated towel that I knew was waiting for me to snuggle up into, it's
literally the most delightful.
life-changing.
And like I said, it's in my shower. Like, so my shower is, it's a weird setup, a weird, awesome setup. So like when you first walk into the bathroom, there is a toilet and a sink, right? But then once you walk past it, you can step up into the shower. It's really weird. And then once you can go further past it, so you can walk through the shower to get to the 2 sinks and a jetted tub.
Oh,
interesting.
Which I haven't used yet because I've seen silverfish in it. And so to me, that bathtub doesn't exist. So she's dead.
You just have to clean. It probably just has silverfish in it because it hasn't been used in a long time. Girl, I would be using
and
that
we live
jetted
really
tub.
close to the river. I think so. Like it's really damp. Area, so
because a jetted tub, you couldn't keep my ass out of a jetted tub. I'd be bleaching that shit, killing those silverfish, and just praying to God that everything's okay. Because
it can't be me. We know how much I hate for my butt to even touch a floor of something when it's naked.
You're not a bath girly. In general.
I'm not, but I was really excited about having a jetted tub. But I was like, no. She's dead now. She doesn't exist to me. So I just use that side to do my makeup and stuff. But anyway.
No, but speaking of warm, though, really quick, I have a public service announcement. So I also am like always cold, love being warm. I have a space heater right by my desk that blows on my legs, my cold legs during a work day, all day. So do you remember a few weeks ago when I showed you that thing that was a bug bite?
Yes, it looks horrific. I don't think we told the listeners about this.
But I remember
far too casual, Christina. She just rolled up her leg and was like, I have this thing that I thought was a bug bite, but it looks kind of weird. And I'm like, girl, go to the hospital. You look like you have a zombie bite.
And it was from prolonged space heater use, and it is permanent.
No. Oh my God.
No, wait, what? How? Wait, what? How?
Yes.
Oh, I feel so bad for laughing now.
If you use a space heater or if you use a heating pad and you do it for too long, you will damage your veins. So, listeners, be really careful of your space heater. Like mine, I was using it like an absolute moron. Like it was literally like 2 inches away from my leg. Constantly.
I'm too afraid of that.
9 to 5 doing that and just to keep myself warm. And that is not good for you. So do not do that.
Now, I feel like this is a hazard of living in a warm environment is like we cannot handle being even a little bit cold. Like I remember I was in Springfield. Well, I was there recently. And by the way, it was like negative temperatures, which was
that's bullshit.
Dumb,
stupid.
Truly. But I had been there previously and I had traveled because I knew I was going to be on my period while I was there. So I had traveled with my heating pad. And the way I used that thing every night, I plugged it in, turned it on, whether or not I had cramps, didn't matter. I like snuggled up against it like a fucking teddy bear just to keep myself warm. We're not made to be cold and we do absolutely ludicrous shit to stay warm.
Yeah,
right.
Like my ludicrous shit is Rose, really, honestly.
Just keeping her cuddled
the way
up.
I keep her so that was one of the things in my new apartment, which I fucking love, by the way, you guys. Like,
awesome.
I need you to come ASAP just to come check out my apartment. Oh, okay. First of all, heater's broken in my bedroom, so we've been sleeping on the couch, which I have a second bedroom which the heater works in, but I'm like, my couch like has this like fold out thing. I have like so much room, you guys, so many places for everyone to sleep. At any rate, they're coming this coming week to fix it. Anyway, the other thing that I cannot believe we live without in the States is a home milk foaming situation. Also, kettles. Why don't we use kettles? Like everywhere in Europe, everybody has a kettle, like a heated kettle. But I have a fucking foamer, like milk foam
for
your
coffee.
Yeah, amazing.
You'll never get me out of Europe. I'm sorry.
You had me at the towel warmer. You
really
did.
On our break, I'm gonna take my computer in there just to show you guys.
Oh, amazing.
You have to see it. It's amazing. But yeah, that's been my life is adjusting just to a new city. Oh, okay. Other thing. See, I have so much to tell you guys. It's been so long. The other thing is when I landed, like apparently everything started going on strike. So the buses went on strike.
Oh, no.
The like transit system went on strike.
I mean, yay for organizing.
Right. Yeah.
However,
absolutely.
inconvenient if you're just brand new to a city.
I'm the only person who's like, yeah, no, I mean, I understand. Everybody's like, no, like all my office coworkers are like, no.
It's not their fault. You gotta go after these companies that aren't paying their employees what they're due.
Listen,
I support a strike. Here, I do. I support a strike, but I would have cried. I support a strike, but I would have cried. If it was my first week at a new job in a new country, I would have 100% cried if I couldn't have gotten to work.
It was very inconvenient, and I definitely was running late, but I think everybody kind of similar situation, so it didn't end up being a big deal, but I was like,
that stuff stresses me out to such a degree, like especially I'm already overwhelmed. Anytime I have to get anywhere new, especially if I'm in a new city, like the amount of like pre-planning, trying to like make sure I know where I'm going so that I don't get confused and mixed up and turned around because my sense of direction is zero.
I gave myself like a solid hour to figure out the first time, right? Which is like a 24-minute ride. But I'm glad I did because at the same time, like I said, I was like, I don't understand German. And so I'm walking around the fucking train station like a dummy.
There is nothing like public transport when you don't speak the language.
Oh.
Like when I was in Korea, I was like, I don't know. Like I said, I have no sense of direction. My first time getting on the bus in LA, I got on the one going the wrong direction. and it was the last stop of the day.
Oh,
and
no.
it was such a nightmare situation. And then when I was in Korea, like no chance. I'm like, I can't read this map. I have no clue what part of the city I'm in.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
The good thing for me is that once I have the directions down, I'm good. I'm like, I've been there. I did it one time. So now I know it. So, but
wow, adventures.
It's been an adventure. So,
Ooh, well, you want to hop into stories?
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I got one pulled up.
Okay.
Here we go. We decided to meet at this trendy coffee shop, and right off the bat, I could sense he was more into his gadgets than the actual date.
Biggest turnoff.
So we're sitting there sipping our lattes, and instead of asking about me or sharing any stories, he starts giving me a detailed lecture on the latest tech trends.
Oh, gross.
I mean, I appreciate a good gadget, but come on, it's a date, not a TED Talk.
Right, exactly. I'm not trying to get your like keynote.
As if that wasn't enough, he kept checking his smartwatch every 5 minutes like he had a rocket launch scheduled or something.
Oh, Jesus.
It felt like I was competing for his attention with a bunch of notifications.
You were.
The tipping point was when he pulled out his tablet and started showing me graphs and charts of his investment portfolio.
Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
I felt like I was in a board meeting rather than on a date. It was so awkward. I almost wish I had brought my laptop and started coding to fit in.
I mean, honestly,
like if you look at these
work buddy.
stats,
Yeah. Ugh, gross.
Who brings all of that? So you got your phone, your smartwatch, and like a tablet on a date?
I mean,
like,
I
too
could
much.
see having it with you if you were like, oh, I'm going
just come
to,
from work.
I came from work, or like I'm sitting here getting some work done before you come meet me at this coffee house, or like whatever. But to pull
Put
that
it away
shit
when you're
out,
done.
you put it away when
Right.
you're with
Yeah.
people. Like I don't know. Something's got to give. We can't.
She's like, I can't.
We've had so many stories like this lately where it's just like people are so glued. And you know what? I feel it too. I feel the pull to look at my phone. Like I check it out of habit for no reason all the time. Like if I have a moment, if I'm standing in line at the grocery store and it's not my turn yet, my phone comes out, social media comes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like impulse. So
Yeah.
I feel it too. Put it, if you can't not look at it, put it in your pocket, leave it in the car. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus, stop.
I have one that matches yours kind of perfectly and matches this thread of conversation perfectly.
Okay.
Let's go.
It says, it's very short, one sentence. Pulled out her phone and started playing Clash of Clans.
Do you know how insulted I'd be? Do you like that I can't keep your attention?
Clash of Clans. Amazing. Oh my God.
Yes, you're talking to me and all of a sudden. I have a question. Sound on or sound off?
Oh,
That's the level of
seriously.
disrespect. You're like, how deep is it?
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. Like, why are you out with people? You could be doing this in your apartment alone. You know,
Right.
like
Truly.
ugh. Okay, this is not along that thread, but it is two that are related. So he tried to change my order with the waitress because I didn't order what he recommended. So he recommended something to her. She didn't order it. And then he tried to stop the waitress and was like, actually, she'll have. Yeah. And so someone commented under that and said, I went out to dinner with a guy. I ordered my steak medium rare after he ordered his well done. Suddenly, I was making him look less manly somehow with my preference on steak. He changes his
Jesus.
order to match mine and then bitches all night about how well done is better.
Oh,
Okay.
Dude,
Well, you're
can we
just
talk about
wrong.
first of all, and secondly, can we talk about how fragile, like men, a lot of men, hashtag not all men, like to talk about how women are so emotional and fragile. How fucking fragile is your ego that somebody ordering a steak that's less well done than your steak threatens your masculinity?
I don't even understand that.
Yeah. No, it is. I actually read this really incredible article the other day showing that Gen Z, the gender gap, is ideologically split more than ever. Like young men are leaning very conservative. Hashtag thank you, Andrew Tate.
Ugh,
and young women are more progressive, more liberal.
Yeah.
And I really, really worry about what's going on with young men these days and what it would be like to try to date in your 20s with that kind of ideology out there. It's so toxic.
Alpha males and tech bros.
Oh,
That's
no.
what we got
Dylan
going on
might
out
be
here.
Dylan might be the last progressive.
Well, because Dylan is the oldest Gen Z. He's 97, right? So he's like the first year of Gen Z. That's why he's a Zennial.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yeah. And not to say, I know that there are lots of progressive Gen Z guys out there fighting for progressive causes, but it's not surprising to me at all. Like growing up fully internet brained with all the red pill manosphere bullshit that's out there, I can totally see how that's happening for sure.
Yeah. Yuck. Okay. So this person says, agreed to meet at a bar round the corner from him. He was over 15 minutes late, despite it being less than 5 minutes walk away from him. He turned up in sweatpants and at some point said he wasn't wearing underwear.
Look, as somebody who lives in my house, in my own home, in the safety of my home, with my deadbolt on, in sweats with no panties on, I understand.
Exactly.
But when you are going to meet a person in public.
In public.
Look, and I'm hard pressed to not wear some kind of stretchy pant these days. Like
I swear to you.
If I was going on a date,
Yeah.
just suck it up.
Yeah.
Suck it up,
Well,
suck it
here's
in.
the thing.
Put on your tight pants.
My tight pants on.
Put on your
my
jeans.
tight pants on. So she says, I was wearing a nice dress and makeup. Then he complains he's being investigated at work for taking nudes in the work toilet.
What?
You couldn't waterboard that information out of me. Like, why would you offer it freely?
My God.
What is wrong with people?
What?
Why do you think they need to know that?
The worst part was my colleagues at work the next day told me I can't expect a perfect man.
Wow.
Sweetie.
But I think you can expect at least somebody to
You can expect underwear.
on.
Yeah, you can expect underwear.
I think
That's
we're not asking. That is the barest of minimum.
also, don't get naked at work.
No.
What are you doing?
yuck.
I could not imagine. Do you know how like awkward I would even feel if I had to like change my clothes?
At work.
Like,
Yeah,
and
no.
you know that happens, but
Yeah.
I can't. I get weird because there's a gym at my job, and
Yeah.
you know I shower after the gym, and even that is fine. Nobody is looking at you. It's totally fine. But even that, I'm just like,
You just
I
know
work with
that
these
you're in your
people.
workplace.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't want anyone accidentally. Do you know how mortified I would be if someone I worked with like accidentally walked into the shower stall while I was nude?
I don't work there anymore.
Nope.
Mortified.
She moved to
Mortified.
Germany with me.
Yeah, that's right. Goodbye. I'm changing my name.
Getting dog.
Okay. The actual date was a lot of fun. We got along well. We had a lot in common. About a week later, I got a call from his wife.
Oh, that sucks.
Hate that.
Well, speaking of wives, this one is criminal.
Ooh.
So
Oh, Jesus.
the guy told me he would still be with his kid's mom if she hadn't. I'm going to say mom because that is how it's written, and I don't want to put this on Americans.
Mhm.
We have enough
Okay.
to deal with. The guy told me he would still be together with his kid's mom if she had apologized for what she did wrong. Out of curiosity, I asked what she did wrong. Was expecting something like she cheated, you know, something that actually needed apologizing for. Nope. Apparently, she kept nagging one day and wouldn't shut up, so he tied her to a computer chair and left for 3 hours and left her there. I said it doesn't sound like she was the one who needed to apologize and left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you
Fuck
could get
you.
prosecuted for like kidnapping.
That's
Or-
another thing that you
Jesus.
just offered that. Like, what is going on in your brain that you think you are so in the right that you are offering that on a first date to a stranger?
Dude, but we have all been in a situation. The thing that comes to mind is like, you know, whenever we're out somewhere, people are like, oh, let me tell you about
Yeah.
our date.
Yeah.
And that
you're right.
one guy that offered up a criminal offense
Yeah, as
And-
his date.
as his date.
Yeah.
And we were like,
The whole table was like,
it literally
Are-
ended the whole conversation. Yeah. Because the whole
table was like, well, I guess, whew.
Yeah, there's
What's the
something going
time?
on in your brain. I don't know what kind of mental gymnastics you've had to do while you're alone
Yeah.
to justify that to yourself to such a degree
that you think it's funny.
and that you think other
was-
people will
it's funny.
agree with you
Yeah.
or
Oh, it
think
was
you're right.
gross.
Like this guy. Like I'm just like, in what? Maybe you've managed to convince yourself that your ex deserved whatever you did to her, but to be so deluded as to think other people
Yeah.
who didn't know her or you or the situation are going to agree with you that you tied someone to a chair and left them for 3 hours? Sir.
No.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Went to meet at a restaurant that was more convenient for him than me. When I got there, he told me to go in and sit at the table he booked under his name. Walk in. The table isn't booked, but luckily they have a spare table. I was sitting by myself before he walked in 20 minutes late saying he'd smashed into a car in the car park.
Jesus.
Dinner was
oh, God, don't
awkward.
be my car.
Hardly any conversation at all. When the bill came, he just slipped it over to my side of the table, got up and left. So I paid the bill.
And it was
walked
her car.
to my car.
No.
What do you know?
Son of
that
a bitch.
fucker had smashed my car in the lot.
You could have at least paid for lunch. Bare mins.
Of course, by the time I even realized, he'd already blocked me on all socials, and I didn't remember anything but his first name, so the police wouldn't do shit.
Oh, the rage.
Fiery hot with anger.
You know, I bet
I
you
hope
that's
I
why
run
he
into
didn't
his
pay.
ass out. Actually,
I bet
I
you that's
don't.
why he didn't pay the bill, is because he would have had to have
Credit
given a card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she would have had his name. Oof. That is fucked. Oh.
dude, I would.
Cassie might be arrested for homicide. I think if she loves
Justified.
her car too.
I do.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. I went on a Tinder date with a girl. We met up, and the first thing she asked me was if I have some Coke. No. I responded.
You're like, oh, I gotta go out. Gotta get my keys, my wallet, a little
my cocaine.
8-ball. Make
Got
sure
it.
I have everything.
I forgot my cocaine. I got to go back.
She then says, well, this isn't going to work. This was all within a minute.
You know what? I respect a queen who knows what she wants, knows what she needs in her
It's not gonna
man,
work.
and it is cocaine.
It is
It
cocaine.
turns out. It's
Right.
cocaine.
Turns out
You know what? It's not going to work out. It isn't.
you're
my God.
absolutely right.
I would prefer that. If I was on a date with someone to whom that was important, please tell me immediately, because it's not going to work.
Exactly. The more you know.
Oh, God. Okay. This one is like, are the men all right? You know, like, because we've all known. Okay, my friend and I, for fun, thought to take laxatives and see who loses the battle first.
No.
We've all known
What-
guys.
Did you say for
who
fun?
do
No.
for funsies.
Why
I remember, I think I've told this story on the podcast before, but like I had a taser when I first moved to LA, and just for safety, because I walked a lot. I didn't have a car, so I walked everywhere. And I was living with my boyfriend and had a male roommate at the time. And I had to keep that. Well, I kept it hidden because like they wanted to tase each other. Like they wanted to play with it. Like, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you
Boys are
guys?
stupid.
You boys. Okay.
Truly.
So my friend and I, for fun, thought to take laxatives and wait to see who loses the battle first. Spoiler alert, obviously, for shit coming. Well, anyways, the laxatives didn't kick in that night, so we thought they were duds. The next night, I stayed over at my girlfriend's house, and right as we were about to get intimate, the laxatives hit harder than anything I've felt when it comes to having to shit. Her bathroom is in her bedroom, so I tried to clinch the chikaroos as hard as possible.
Did you say chikaroos?
Chikaroos. I tried to clench the chikaroos as hard as possible to keep the noise to a minimum. But let me tell you, there's no silencing the power of laxatives. So the old might of Thor was released, and all I heard was dying laughter. And that I clogged the toilet.
Oh, God. Yep.
Is that something that can happen? Like delayed?
Well,
response?
yeah, usually most laxatives are like a delayed, like you take it and then like it works overnight. And then when you wake up, you're like, oh, okay, like I was constipated and now I'm not.
Yeah.
But
the more you know, for real, because
yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, I did not know that either. I was like, they don't work.
The movies make it make it seem like it's going to kick in right away.
There are some.
Yeah.
It's like the I don't know, milk of magnesia or something that will work instantly. But most like laxatives that you take are like they take their time. Takes
Good to know. Good to know. Don't get sexy in the hours after.
We're adding more rules to the rule book.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you guys have terrible date stories, if you just want to reach out and say hello, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much.
Cheers.